If you're dealing with any type of physical or mental fatigue, belly fat, and just feeling tired all the time. In this video, I'm going to break down why those issues and concerns that you're dealing with come from the plate. It's not what you're doing in the gym, it's what you're doing in the kitchen. Okay? Most folks think when they're trying to lose weight or they're dealing with, health concerns like high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, or any, brain fog, things like that, people think they need to start moving more, which to a certain extent that is important. But if you're just going to the gym, doing cardio, but then coming home and eating junk food, coming home and eating pasta, lasagna, sandwiches, a lot of processed and refined carbs. These type of things lead to low energy, brain fog, type 2 diabetes, excess belly fat. Okay. And so I'm going to break down what steps you need to start taking to overcome these health concerns, overcome the excess weight. Okay. And these are the types of things that I teach my private coaching clients. And this is how they're dropping 40, 50, 60 plus pounds in only 6 months. Okay. And so the first thing is this: a lot of people that I see who are trying to lose weight, they're exercising, but they're the way they're eating, they're looking at it based on pleasure. They're looking at it based on pleasure and convenience. And when you focus on eating in this way, we want it to taste good. And I know we're busy guys, but if you're always eating fast food, you have to think about how are they cooking that food? What is in it? And a lot of times it's not always the best ingredients. And also nowadays there's lab grown meat. A lot of these big companies mass producing this food, they are allowed to create lab grown meat that's not even real. And so this can cause a lot of inflammation in the gut. This can cause a lot of inflammation in the brain fog. Also, high blood pressure, heart disease, type 2 diabetes. This is how these things start to happen. Okay. And so, one of the mental shifts that I teach my coaching clients is instead of eating based on pleasure and convenience, eat based on value. Eat based on value. Okay. It's kind of like having a luxury car. If you like nice cars like I do, whether it be a Mercedes, a Corvette, or a Bentley, Rolls Royce, whatever it is, if you put poor grade gas in that car, what's going to happen? What's going to happen if you put poor grade gas in a luxury car? That car is eventually going to break down. And it's the same way with our bodies. You have to look at your body. You have to have a high enough level of self-worth to understand the type of value that you put, or lack thereof, the type of fuel that you put in your body is going to affect your body in a different way. And so if you put poor fuel in your body via a lot of junk food, a lot of chips, a lot of processed food, a lot of fried chicken, sweet, simply lemonades and sweet teas. If you're eating and drinking these types of things, these are the types of people who have the belly fat, who have the man boobs, who have low energy and extremely stressed, type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure. Okay. These are the types of foods you could do it 80, I say a good 10, 20% of the time. But the other 80% of the time, this is the 80-20 rule now, 20% of the time, you can enjoy yourself. The other 80%, you need to be eating based on value. You need to be eating based on value. Okay? Autumn, ER, what's up? Hope y'all doing well. So, when you're eating based on value, the way you want to think about the foods that you eat is, are they whole foods? Are they foods that you can eat that are going to give you energy, proteins, okay? Healthy fats, fibrous fruits and vegetables. Eating these types of foods, you will lose weight by default. It doesn't even take a whole lot of tracking and managing, and of course, structure is important. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a second. But the quality of the food that you eat is very important. A lot of people are eating a lot of refined carbs, and they're eating healthy bread, sub sandwiches, but these types of calories don't really give us much value outside of the calories. This is why you can eat a meal and find yourself hungry within the next 30 minutes to an hour, because your body isn't craving the calories. It's craving the nutrients, okay? Which is the next point I want to get to. You have to, a lot of people are just so calorie obsessed because most trainers out there on social media, they say, hey, just eat less, move more, right? Eat less, move more. And so people obsess over just let me be in a calorie deficit. But here's the thing, there's healthy foods that are dense in calories. If you eat peanut butter and you track how much calories peanut butter has, or almond butter has, or guacamole has, all three of these foods are healthy, but they are calorie dense. And so it causes you to eat more calories than what you might think you're actually eating. Okay? Instead of eating calorie dense foods, you want to eat nutrient dense food. Okay? Significant difference. This is how you can have two people. Both of them are drinking smoothies. One person is putting they're putting the fruit, they're putting the vegetables, they're putting the protein, but then they want to put 2 scoops of peanut butter, almond butter in their smoothie, and they struggle with losing weight. And then you have a second person over here, they're drinking a protein shake. They might have a couple of blueberries on the side, a couple little kiwi, chopped up kiwi on the side. Now they're getting protein plus fiber. The other person, that smoothie, easily 500-600 calories, easily, if not more. The second person, maybe 300, maybe, might not even be that much. And so that's the importance of having more nutrient dense food choices, okay? And knowing what you're eating, okay? I talked a little bit about this on my group coaching call the other day. You want to eat foods that have little to no ingredients, meaning you know exactly what it is. There's no like 5, 6, 7 different ingredient in that particular food. If you're eating chicken, you know exactly what that chicken is. It's chicken. It's protein. You're eating wild-caught sockeye salmon, you know that's protein, and you're getting some healthy fats in there, some omega-3s, all right? But what are you getting if you eat a pizza? What are you eating if you eat some pasta? What are you eating if you eat a loaded bowl at Chipotle? You're getting beans, rice, chicken, guacamole, and cheese and sour cream. Like, guys, this is why people be having a hard time losing weight. You have to understand how to balance out your plate. And I'm gonna give you some game, okay? I want to give y'all some game because I see folks liking the video and all that good stuff. And so a lot of times when new people join my coaching program, we have a community called the Lions Den. And a lot of our members, we're posting our meals throughout the day. Snacks, meals, we just post. Everybody, we get our different ideas. It holds us accountable. And a lot of times the new people, they'll post meals where it's like there's no balance to what they're eating. They'll just post like chicken legs, chicken wings. I'm like, okay, well, where's the healthy fats? Where's the fiber at? You go put some vegetables, you go put some fruit with it or something. They don't put anything with it. And so it's not balanced. This can create, and even though they're eating protein because that's what they're thinking, like, okay, I'm eating chicken wings, it's protein. But at the same time, that's just one macronutrient. What about the healthy fats? What about the fiber? What about the carbs? Okay, aka the fiber. And so you have to have some type of balance. And if somebody's trying to lose weight, their plate needs to look like protein, some type of fibrous fruit or vegetable, and some type of healthy fat. You don't even need the starchy carbs that most people think you need. Most people think they need to eat rice. They need to eat potatoes all the time. And it's not to say that these foods are bad, but a lot of these foods that are, I call them starchy carbs, because these are carbs as well. You know, the breads and the Ezekiel bread and all that kind of stuff. It's not as bad, but it holds a lot of calories. It's a calorie dense food. But when you eat proteins, healthy fats, and fibrous fruits and vegetables, these are calorie dense, nutrient dense foods, not calorie dense food. Meaning your body isn't going to be just consuming a ton of calories, it's going to be consuming a lot of nutrients, the things that it's actually craving. Okay? This is why you have people going to Chipotle, going to Chick-fil-A, and Kava. They can eat a big meal. And that meal could be easily 1,000, 1,500 calories. and they hungry in the next hour and a half. They're like, how am I hungry already? I just ate a big meal. Your body isn't craving the calories, even though that meal was big. Your body is craving the nutrients. And so if it didn't get the nutrients that it needed, it's hungry again. Okay? Super important to know the difference between calorie dense foods and nutrient dense food. If you're not tracking, you're slacking. All right, I know I used to say that a lot on my content, but I'm bringing it back. I'm bringing it back. If you are not tracking, you are slacking. GG, yo, what's happening? Okay, and so the third thing is this, and you can use MyFitnessPal because I know some of y'all might be like, "What are you talking about? Not tracking your slacking." Start tracking your meals in MyFitnessPal. That way, you know how much you're eating. Okay. Uh, Last thing, a lot of people are just saying, "I'm doing my best with nutrition. I'm eating healthy, man. I don't know why I'm not losing my stomach. I only eat one, 2 times a day. I don't know why. I don't know how I have type 2 diabetes. I don't even eat sugar." But when I ask them, do you know your daily calorie intake? Do you know your daily protein intake? How much water do you drink on a daily basis? They have no clue. They'll just start rambling off, hey, well, I eat this and I eat that, but that's not structure. You're just telling me what you're eating. How much of it are you eating over the course of a day? What are you drinking over the course of a day? Are you drinking a lot of water? Are you drinking a lot of coffee? Are you drinking sweet teas, lemonades, energy drinks? What are you consuming and how much of it are you consuming? This is critical. The people who are eating healthy, there's people who are vegans and vegetarians, eat healthy all the time, still struggle to lose weight because they lack structure. That shows you that just eating healthy isn't the same as eating for fat loss and longevity. What I've been sharing with you in this video is not just fat loss, it's longevity. Because the foods that you eat can heal your body. The bloating that you feel, the brain fog that you're feeling, the leaky gut, the type 2 diabetes, these things can be reversed through proper nutrition, eating whole foods, eating nutrient dense foods, not calorie dense food, nutrient dense foods, and having structure around how much you're eating. Do you know your calorie intake? Do you know your protein intake? Are you aware of how much water you're drinking throughout the day? When you start doing these types of things, this is how you not only lose the weight, but you can keep it off. This is how you can go from having, um, I have a family member, I won't say their name because they didn't want me to put it out there because they know I do content. But one of my family members, they have type 2 diabetes. Their A1C level was like almost 12. It was off the charts, which is, very scary, having type 2 diabetes. People go blind from type 2 diabetes, people lose toes, people get their legs amputated, all different types of things. And so, they didn't want me to put their name out there. So, just out of respect, I'm not gonna put their name out there. However, I started sharing with them the things that I'm sharing with you right now in this video. It's a she. She is doing okay. She is doing okay. However, I did share these things. What I'm telling y'all right now. I told her this maybe about 3 months ago, and it's funny. She called me this morning. Okay, she called me this morning, and she was like, "Hey, uh, my A1C is." She said her A1C is down to, I think she said 7 or 7.1 or something like that, and it's all nutrition. It wasn't her hitting the gym and going crazy in the gym and lifting a whole lot of heavy weights, doing a whole bunch of cardio. None of that. Nutrition. Changed up her plate with some of the things that I shared with y'all earlier in this video. And her A1C is consistently dropping. And at some point, she's going to end up being pre diabetic and then no longer being diabetic. Okay. And so, super important to start paying attention to these things because a lot of people are losing their life and losing their health, ruining their body and health because of the quality of foods that they're eating. They think it's just, Oh, I'm not working out enough. I'm not moving enough. That's a small part of it. You do need to do that. You do need to do cardio. You do need to lift weights. Of course. You want to be able to build muscle and look good, and then there's benefits behind lifting weights and walking. That can help regulate your blood glucose too. That can give you more mental and physical energy too, not just looks. And so, as far as like fatigue, mentally and physically, um, belly fat, the type 2 diabetes, the high blood pressure, these things are nutrition issues. You improve your plate, what you're eating on a daily basis. You're not snacking. You're not snacking on chips all day, trail mix, candy, cookies, crackers. Those things tend to lead to type 2 diabetes, and excess weight because they are nutrient low but calorie high. All right, Blue Block Edits, what is up? And so once you start making these shifts that I talk about today, like guys, this is how you can lose weight by default. Because these types of foods heal the body, they heal the gut. And so a lot of the issues that people are going through, the brain fog, the high blood pressure, the type 2 diabetes, even the erectile dysfunction, guys. Yeah. A lot of guys be trying to go to the gas station and getting the honey packs and all this kind of stuff. Dude, you don't even need that. If you ate the right way, you'd be perfectly fine. There's guys in their 30s, talking about they have erectile dysfunction. Like, what? There's guys in their 30s looking like they're in their 50s because they just have too much weight on them. Even guys in their 40s looking like they're in their 50s or 60s. You know, it's the food. The way that you eat will age you, or it can reverse the aging process, the way that you eat. And so, take heed to it. These things are critical. Once you fix your nutrition, you can fix the belly fat issue. You can fix the man boob issue. You can fix the bat wing arm issue. My ladies who be talking about they want to get their bat wing arms gone. And you just live a better quality of life. I don't think a lot of people realize how important nutrition is. I know in my family, I didn't. Like when we were growing up, we had a lot of people, passing away, having strokes, having my granddad passed away at 46 years old, had sleep apnea. He was morbidly obese. You have type diabetes 1. Yeah, that's different than type 2. All right. Type 2 is lifestyle related. Okay. Type 1, of course you still gotta do things, in alignment to make sure that, you're not putting yourself in a bad situation, but that's like hereditary. It's not like type 2, which is purely lifestyle related. What are you eating? How are you exercising? Like the people who have a, improved lifestyle, a good wellness routine, they won't end up having type 2 diabetes. Okay. But other than that, guys, hopefully y'all found this helpful. Appreciate the support. I see the likes, I see the comments. I appreciate you. If you would like help from me, where I map out a structured plan for you, that way you're not guessing, you're not wasting time, you're not, finding yourself frustrated and discouraged because you're not seeing results. I'll drop a link down in the description below. That way you can learn more about coaching with me. All right. Other than that, we out of here. Let's get it. Peace.